In the heart of Italy, nestled amidst the rolling hills of Campania, lies the village of Pietrelcina. This picturesque village, with its charming landscapes and serene environment, is a place where time seems to stand still. The air is filled with the scent of olive groves and the sound of church bells echoing through the hills. This rustic village, with its cobblestone streets and ancient olive groves, offers a glimpse into a simpler time. The narrow lanes, lined with stone houses, tell stories of generations past. It is in this tranquil setting that a remarkable journey began. Francesco Forgione, later known as Padre Pio, was born on May 25, 1887, in a modest home. His birthplace, a humble abode, still stands as a testament to his early life. The walls of this house witnessed the first cries of a child destined for greatness. His parents, Grazio Mario Forgione and Maria Giuseppa di Nunzio, were devoutly Catholic farmers. They worked tirelessly on their land, instilling in their children the values of hard work and faith. Their lives were marked by simplicity and devotion, qualities that deeply influenced young Francesco. Their deep faith and humble lifestyle played a pivotal role in shaping young Francesco's spiritual journey. The family would gather each evening to pray, their voices blending in a harmonious chorus of devotion. These moments of shared faith left an indelible mark on Francesco's soul. From a tender age, Francesco displayed an inclination towards prayer and a fascination with the divine. He was often found in quiet corners, his small hands clasped in prayer, his eyes closed in deep concentration. His connection to the spiritual world was evident even then. He would spend hours in the village church, captivated by the stories of saints and the teachings of Jesus Christ. The flickering candles and the scent of incense created an atmosphere that drew him closer to the divine. The church became his sanctuary, a place where he felt an overwhelming sense of peace. Even as a child, Francesco experienced divine encounters. These moments were filled with a sense of awe and wonder, leaving him with a profound sense of purpose. He felt a calling that he could not yet fully understand, but knew he had to follow. He reported seeing Jesus and the Virgin Mary, conversations that deepened his connection to the spiritual realm. These visions were not just fleeting moments, but profound experiences that guided his path. They reinforced his belief in the divine and strengthened his resolve to dedicate his life to God. His family, though poor, instilled in him the values of hard work, honesty, and compassion. They taught him that true wealth was not measured in material possessions, but in the richness of one's spirit. These lessons were the bedrock of his character. They recognized his piety and nurtured his spiritual growth. His parents encouraged his devotion, understanding that their son was destined for a higher purpose. They supported him in every way they could, fostering an environment where his faith could flourish. Life in Pietrelcina was simple, but it laid the foundation for Padre Pio's extraordinary life. The village, with its close-knit community and strong traditions, provided a nurturing environment for his spiritual development. It was here that the seeds of his faith were sown. The seeds of faith, sown in the fertile ground of his childhood, would later blossom into a life of service, sacrifice, and extraordinary holiness. His early experiences in Pietrelcina were the roots from which his spiritual journey grew, reaching out to touch countless lives. His childhood home, a testament to his humble beginnings, still stands today. It is a place of pilgrimage where visitors come to feel a connection to the saint who once walked its halls. The house, with its simple furnishings, speaks of a life lived in devotion and humility. It serves as a pilgrimage site, drawing visitors from all over the world. People come to Pietrelcina to walk the same streets that Padre Pio once did, to pray in the same church, and to feel the presence of a man whose faith touched the hearts of many. They come seeking to connect with the spirit of this extraordinary man who, from such unassuming origins, would rise to become one of the most beloved saints of the 20th century. His life story is a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who visit. His life is a testament to the profound truth that greatness can emerge from the most unexpected of places. From the quiet village of Pietrelcina, Padre Pio's legacy continues to inspire and guide countless souls on their spiritual journeys. As Francesco grew older, his calling to religious life became increasingly clear. From a young age, he felt a profound sense of spirituality and a deep connection to his faith. This inner calling only grew stronger as he matured, guiding him towards a life dedicated to God. He felt a strong pull towards the Capuchin friars, an order known for its austerity, poverty, and commitment to serving the poor. The Capuchins' way of life, marked by simplicity and humility, resonated with Francesco's own values and aspirations. He admired their dedication to living out the gospel through acts of charity and service. The Capuchins' emphasis on prayer, penance, and direct service to the people resonated deeply with Francesco's own spiritual inclinations. He was particularly drawn to their communal life, where brothers supported one another in their spiritual journeys. The sense of brotherhood and shared mission within the order was something he longed to be a part of. At the age of 15, he entered the Capuchin friary of Morcone. This was a significant step in his spiritual journey, marking the beginning of his formal religious training. The friary, with its serene environment and disciplined routine, provided the perfect setting for Francesco to deepen his faith and commitment. He embraced the rigorous lifestyle of the order, dedicating himself to prayer, study, and manual labor. The daily rhythm of life in the friary, with its focus on spiritual growth and community service, was both challenging and fulfilling. Francesco found joy in the simplicity and discipline of monastic life. Life in the friary was challenging. The demands of the monastic schedule, combined with the physical and spiritual disciplines, tested his resolve. Yet these challenges also strengthened his faith and character, preparing him for the trials that lay ahead. Francesco, however, faced these trials with unwavering faith and determination. His deep sense of purpose and commitment to his vocation helped him persevere through the difficulties. He saw each challenge as an opportunity to grow closer to God and to strengthen his spiritual resolve. He immersed himself in his studies, delving into scripture, theology, and philosophy. The intellectual rigor of his education was matched by his spiritual fervor. Francesco's thirst for knowledge was driven by his desire to understand and live out his faith more fully. He also developed a deep devotion to the Eucharist and the Virgin Mary, practices that would sustain him throughout his life. These devotions became central to his spiritual life, providing him with strength and comfort in times of trial. It was during this time that he took the name Pio, in honor of Pope Pius V, the patron saint of Pietrelcina. This new name symbolized his new identity and commitment to his religious vocation. It was a moment of profound significance, marking his full acceptance into the Capuchin order. However, his path to priesthood was not without its obstacles. Despite his strong faith and dedication, Francesco faced numerous challenges that tested his resolve. These trials were both physical and spiritual, requiring him to draw deeply on his inner strength and faith. He suffered from poor health, experiencing bouts of debilitating illness. These health issues were a significant burden, often leaving him weak and unable to participate fully in the life of the friary. Yet he never allowed these physical ailments to deter him from his spiritual path. These mysterious ailments, which would plague him throughout his life, often left him weak and bedridden. Despite the physical pain and suffering, Francesco remained steadfast in his faith. He saw his illnesses as a form of spiritual trial, a way to share in the sufferings of Christ. Yet his spirit remained unbroken. Francesco's resilience in the face of suffering was a testament to his deep faith and spiritual strength. He continued to pray and seek God's guidance, finding solace in his relationship with the divine. He viewed his suffering as an opportunity to share in the passion of Christ, offering his pain for the salvation of souls. This perspective gave meaning to his suffering, transforming it into a powerful act of faith and devotion. Through prayer and perseverance, he continued his formation, his commitment to his vocation unwavering. Francesco's journey was marked by both trials and triumphs, each step bringing him closer to his ultimate goal of serving God and humanity as a Capuchin friar. On August 10, 1910, at the age of 23, Padre Pio was ordained a priest in the Cathedral of Benevento. This moment marked the beginning of a new chapter in his life, one filled with both spiritual fulfillment and physical challenges. It was a joyous occasion, the culmination of years of prayer and preparation. Friends, family, and fellow clergy gathered to celebrate this significant milestone. However, his joy was tempered by his persistent health problems. Despite his spiritual strength, his body was frail and often succumbed to various ailments. He suffered from severe gastrointestinal issues, high fevers, and debilitating weakness. These symptoms were not just occasional. They were a constant battle that he had to endure. These ailments baffled doctors who struggled to find a medical explanation for his condition. Despite numerous consultations and treatments, his health showed little improvement. Due to his fragile health, Padre Pio was initially sent back to Pietrelcina to recuperate. This small village, his birthplace, became a sanctuary where he could regain his strength. He spent the next few years assisting with parish duties, hearing confessions, and offering spiritual guidance to the local people. His presence in the village was a source of comfort and inspiration to many. His reputation for holiness and piety began to grow. People from neighboring areas started to visit Pietrelcina, drawn by the stories of his deep faith and spiritual wisdom. People were drawn to his gentle demeanor, his profound spiritual insights, and his unwavering faith, even in the face of suffering. His ability to empathize with others' pain made him a beloved figure. Despite periods of intense pain and weakness, Padre Pio continued to serve his ministry with unwavering dedication. His commitment to his faith and his community never wavered, even when his body was at its weakest. He found solace in prayer and meditation, often spending hours in contemplation before the Blessed Sacrament. These moments of quiet reflection were a source of strength and peace for him. His physical suffering, far from diminishing his faith, seemed to deepen his spiritual connection with God. Each bout of illness was met with a renewed sense of devotion and trust in divine providence. It was during this period of intense suffering and spiritual growth that Padre Pio received one of the most extraordinary and controversial gifts of his life, the stigmata. This miraculous sign of Christ's wounds became a defining aspect of his spiritual journey and a source of both veneration and skepticism.